Nikita Mazepin is facing an uncertain future at Haas amid Russia's ongoing invasion of Ukraine. Nikita Mazepin is expected to lose his race seat with Haas over the coming days after it was confirmed that he will not be able to participate in this year's British Grand Prix, according to reports. The 22-year-old, who joined Haas at the start of last season, is currently facing an uncertain future in Formula One as a result of Russia's ongoing military invasion of Ukraine. There have been plenty of recent questions over Mazepin's continued presence on the grid after a host of Russian athletes and teams from other sports were banned from international competition earlier this week. It has already been confirmed by the FIA that a blanket ban on Russian drivers will not be introduced, meaning that Mazepin will not be forced out of Haas by F1's governing body. However, it seems as though he will eventually walk away from the sport in the near future in spite of the FIA's ruling. According to The Times, it is claimed that Mazepin is unlikely to return to F1 this season after it was confirmed by Motorsport UK that Russian and Belarusian drivers and officials will not be allowed to participate in British events. The decision means that he will be prevented from taking part in the upcoming British Grand Prix, which is set to be held at Silverstone in July. Meanwhile, Haas are set to make a decision on whether to end their lucrative sponsorship agreement with Russian potash firm Uralkali, which is largely responsible for Mazepin's place on the grid, over the next few weeks. The company is part-owned by Mazepin's father, Dmitry, who funds his son's F1 seat and was reportedly called into a Kremlin meeting with Vladimir Putin to discuss financial sanctions against Russia last week. Haas team principal Gunther Steiner has already revealed that Pietro Fittipaldi, the American outfit's reserve driver, will receive the call to replace Mazepin if the latter is relieved of his duties ahead of the new season. If Nikita couldn't drive for one or another reason, the first call would go to Pietro, Steiner told reporters. Obviously, he is with us for a few years, and then we would see what we do next. Pietro is always around with us for a reason. The last years, we needed a reserve driver, having COVID around, so he is always around. He knows the team, he knows the car. To jump in for one day to the other, there is nobody better than Pietro around at the moment. Steiner previously confirmed that Haas would be holding talks over Mazepin's future and the fate of their deal with Uralkali after Russian troops began their invasion of Ukraine last week.